Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 18 of Europa Universalis IV. In this video we are going to be doing a little bit of housekeeping really. I know we sort of really need to try and get back to war, but we don't have a lot of manpower. Luckily we don't have much aggressive expansion either. We're actually doing quite well in terms of AE. The only people we have aggressive expansion against really is France, and that's only at 30, so we don't have any coalitions to worry about or anything like that. But we do have a mission to recover our manpower. At the same time, we're also slightly over our force limit there. Stability cost modifier increase until the end of the game, but -1 national unrest or gain 1 stability. Well, I'm already at max stability. Do we want to reduce our national unrest? Well, what is our national unrest? National unrest is not too bad anyway. We are still likely to get these Burgundian separatists to pop. I don't really want the increased stability cost. Let's just go and take the free stability, even though we don't need it. We are slightly over our number of troops now. We do have, these are all mercenaries, aren't they? So let's go ahead and just break off 2 mercs here. We don't want to be over our force limit because that will cost us a lot of money. Guess we can keep some guys over here on the mainland. Now, we are still slightly over our relationships, only by 1, which we will probably, I don't know who we want to get away with, maybe Brittany. Because we do want to try and take Brittany over. I don't, even though we're playing as England, not France, because I played as France in the last game and we did a lot of stuff over here in the HRE, I don't really want to be doing all of that again. Obviously, I'm going to take a nibble out of a few things here and there when we get the opportunity, but mostly, I think we want to be against Castile and Portugal because they're probably going to be our biggest rivals when we are trying to do some colonisation down in Africa. And for those of you not familiar with Portugal, they actually start with an explorer. Normally, the only way to get an explorer or a conquistador is to have the exploration ideas and grab the quest for the New World idea. That's when you actually unlock explorers and conquistadors. So because Portugal start with an explorer, I mean, bear in mind, it is possible that he could die, but they start with an explorer, which means they get a really early advantage of being able to discover some of the uncolonised lands around the Cape of Africa and around South America. I mean, you can get a colonist by grabbing expansion ideas or exploration ideas, and the first idea in that group gives you a colonist, but you still can't really colonise anywhere unless you've found somewhere to colonise. So the fact that they actually start with an explorer is really, really good for them. Another thing that I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to go ahead and put up my forts. We've got 6 forts, which we're currently paying half a ducat each. So we're paying 3 ducats. We're making 25. I'm going to go ahead and put all of the forts up. Couple of reasons. One, I can afford to do it, so I might as well. Secondly, it means that we will actually have decent sized garrisons there if a war does break out. And thirdly, I'm actually using the 1.13 beta patch, which means we actually gain some army tradition from the forts, or at least we should do. Let's just recall that diplomat there. Let's just go and have a look and see if that figure is actually showing. Where are we? Sure, it was supposed to be army tradition. All of our forts are active. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh, fully maintained forts plus 0.8. So as you can see, our army tradition is changed by minus 0.79 yearly. So we can actually, by having fully maintained forts, it reduces the rate at which our army tradition is decaying, which is going to be good for us. We can invest in a new idea group, which would be a diplomatic idea. It would increase our trade range. We are still ahead of time in terms of tech. Diplo, we are making 8 per month, so I think it's fine to go ahead and grab that idea. We'll get an extra merchant when we get to the end of trade idea, so it's probably well worth doing that, so that is fine. We've also unlocked our second national idea here, so we get an extra 15% tax modifier, so that's going to be quite nice. That's actually going to... These autosaves, seriously. That's going to go ahead and put us up to 24 ducats again. Bear in mind, you know, we're spending another 3 now for the fully maintained forts. Artois has now been fully cored. Is that all of the provinces that we needed to core? Yes, it is. We've still got the potential of this popping. 3.3 years. What is the national unrest here? Still 5.34. I think what we're going to do, because they're probably likely to pop sometime soon, is we're going to go ahead and put the army maintenance up. We are still trying to recover our manpower because we have a mission for that. And in fact, what is the reward for that mission? The reward is national unrest and tax modifiers. So I was just considering whether if it was something that gave us reduced regiment cost or increased shorter recruitment time. I would have waited until we got our manpower up before disbanding the mercs. But as it's not that useful towards troop building, I think I will disband a few of the mercenaries and keep building some actual troops. What have we got going on here? Technology is admin tech. We're still ahead of time. Now, we could go ahead and grab our next military idea. We are still just ahead of time. And we would get a better infantry type. Plus, we would also get better tactics and better combat width. So I'm tempted to actually save up for the next tech. Land maintenance modifier reduction is good. But what are we on tech-wise? We are currently on 8 military tech. Burgundy's on 8. Austria is on 8. Castile's on 8. Yeah, so, I mean, everyone's at 8, but it would be nice to get a little bit ahead of everybody else. Let's have a quick look at force limits. Bang on our military force limit. Naval force limit, we're behind slightly, but we are building these 3 heavies, so that's fine. So, we are going to go, want to go ahead and build ourselves a few more units. We can lose 100 Diplo or lose 1 stability. Don't really want to do either of those, if I'm perfectly honest. Actually, yes, I do. I'll take the stability hit, because we don't have much Diplo. Now, taking the stability hit is a pain, but we do have loads of admin points, so I don't really mind spending them just to get us back up to 3. Probably could have waited, because we'd have probably got an event at some point. This rebel uprising, is it still likely to happen? We've slowed it down by being here with full maintenance now. We have reduced the unrest. I think what I will do though, I think I will move out of here into Calais and let them pop just so that we can go and kill them off. And at the same time, we're going to go ahead and grab 3 more infantry units. And as soon as we get them, we can disband a few over here of the mercenaries. Now, what is our force limit? 40,000. So that's not too bad. So when are these likely to pop now that we're not suppressing the rebels down there? 2.7 years. Why do we have so much national unrest here anyway? So they've still got separatism. And it's an unaccepted culture. That's fine, I guess. We could go ahead and build a building here. We could go ahead and put like a trade building there. In fact, let's just have a quick look under the buildings tab because it makes it a little bit easier. If we wanted to build a marketplace, that's trade. Where's taxation? Well, they're not terrible provinces. You know, some of these two ducats, 0.2 ducats per month is like the highest tax base we've got. Probably, do we want to build one in Oxford? It is good, a good amount of tax money. And we can have one in Picardy, and we can have one in Normandy, I suppose. Oh, that's good. 26 down there. Okay, we're running out of spaces for buildings. And I've spent a lot of money as well, so we'll wait on that. We've got those units already. So let's go ahead and grab 3 more of the infantry from the mercenaries. And we can go ahead, select and disband these guys, because then we won't be over our force limit anymore. So that'll save us a little bit of money there. So, potential targets for the future. We still need to go after Brittany because we don't need this little bit of land here belonging to them and not us. And we need to do something about Scotland. How are things with Scotland? You're still threatened towards us, got some border friction, and you want some provinces. Well, you can want on because it ain't going to happen. you still wouldn't ever accept a vassalization. Mainly because of that economic base. Yeah, not too good. If we want to take Scotland, we're going to have to go against them militaristically. Oddly enough, the only people that they are allied with at the moment is Sweden. And I'm not entirely sure that Sweden could do a lot to help them. Do we have a CB against Scotland? We do not, which is potentially a problem. So what we need to do, which of these provinces would be better for us? This one has much higher development. Let's go ahead and fabricate a claim against Lothian. Never get that one right. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to... Oh, we've got another light ship there. No, it's our heavy. Heavy. We're going to take the transports, and I think what I'm going to do is bring the mercenaries across, and we'll use the mercenary army to fight Scotland. I'll keep this group down here, because that way, if Sweden does decide to come down here and cause any problems, we'll be able to deal with them there. So you guys are going to get on the boat, so we will have to do it in 2 trips, but that is fine. Technology, we are still ahead of time, but we are almost into the following year. So now we have our 10 heavies. Of course, we can't group them together because these ones are mothballed. So we want to group these ones together, mothball them up, and group them together again. I think what I might actually do... How long is it going to take to get that claim? Not very long at all. I think I'm going to unmothball them, actually. And it'll cost us a bit of money, but at least we can defend against Sweden's navy if they come our way. Now, actually, we do have a royal marriage, don't we? Which is problematic. Brittany, France... Oh, no, we don't have... Do we not have an alliance with them? We don't have an alliance with them. Right. So, there's absolutely nothing stopping us from decimating Scotland. You guys go back and pick up those last 3 mercenaries. We are into January. So, we can go ahead and grab this next tech. I mean, it gives us a bit of production efficiency, which is nice. And it also puts us ahead of time. So, we've literally just gained an extra 30% to our production efficiency. And then on the next one, we can actually get another tech group. So, that is quite good. We are behind on Diplo. We are still saving up for military tech. What's Scotland on military tech wise? They're on 7, so we're actually ahead of them on military tech as well. So I really want to try and declare on those as soon as it's possible to do so. So let's get the rest of the guys over here. I'm just making sure we are still at or under our force limit, which is fine. When are we going to get these guys pop? Oh, we've got a call to arms. I didn't really want that to happen. Portugal fighting against Morocco. Fine, I'm going to accept because they're not really going to cause a problem. Hopefully that won't fail the... Yeah, it did fail the manpower mission. Balls. Had a feeling it would. Even though I haven't actually lost any manpower, it failed the mission. So the rival of our rival. You could suck up to Tuscany. We could accumulate money, or we could have more or equal than 20 heavy ships. I'd love to do that, but we don't have the naval force limit to get anywhere near it unless I disband some other stuff. What would be the reward for it, actually? Morale of navies. It'd be nice, but I think we'll leave it. We'll go for the prestige. We'll just try and accumulate money, because we're not going to be spending an awful lot. We should be fine. These guys are going to group up. We'll move you up to here, and you can group up. But we'll try and get that new military tech as soon as we can. I'm not too sure why we were still sucking up with Scotland while we were trying to fabricate claims against them. So you guys can group up. You're going to move up here now. Is there a river crossing from here into Lothian? There is. Guessing there is from here as well. Yeah, and probably from here. Yeah, so wherever we go into there, we're going to end up with a river crossing. So there's that to bear in mind. Provincial unrest in Artois we still know about. How are we doing with France in terms of their liberty desire? Still only at 24%. So things are generally good over there. And as that aggressive expansion burns away, That actually really helps. Subject nation that has greater army than its overlord will feel more inclined towards a rebellion. Well, he's only got 18k. I've got considerably more than that. I think we should be okay. I don't think he's going to declare war on us, but we'll have to see what happens. How long have we been in a personal union? Come to that. When will we be able to pull them in? So 1526 we'll be able to pull them in. That'll be our 50 years. Who else do we want to suck up with? How are things with Austria? Improve relations at 94. Don't need to do anything there. We are still allied with Portugal for the time being. Improve relations is only at 84. And they're still only defensive towards me. Castile, we've only just finished improving relations. Aragon's in a personal union, so we don't really need... I mean, they could separate. So there's no reason not to do that. So let's go and continue just to suck up with Aragon for a little while. Particularly as later on we might actually be able to get Aragon on our side in a fight against Castile. You never know when that is something that might be able to happen. So what's the weight limit over here? Oh, 27. That's absolutely fine. You don't have much in the way of cannons or cavalry here, which is a little bit weak. We could go ahead and build a couple more cannons over here and just go slightly over our force limit. I actually don't think that's a terrible idea. So let's just go ahead and buy ourselves a couple of cannons. That will put us over the force limit and it will cost us a little bit of money. But we are coming up to 75% on the fabrication of the claim. So that's going to be absolutely fine. So we'll try and take a little bit away from Scotland and it'll make them easier to vassalize. I don't think we'll be able to vassalize them all in a single war. But as long as we can take some stuff from them. What do we need to do to take that national decision, actually? We need to own Lothian and Aberdeen. Fine. Well, we can do that. So those are the two provinces that we want to grab. And you'll very often see that if you're not playing as England yourself, and you watch the AI England, they will nearly always take Lothian and Aberdeen in a war because they need them to get that national decision. The AI is very, very biased towards doing that. So we're at 91%. That's almost done, and indeed it is. Got our CB against Scotland. We want to wait for these cannons. Also, can we actually fabricate a claim on Aberdeen? We actually can. I'm not sure why we can, to be honest, because it's not a neighbouring province. I guess we do technically share a sea with it, even though our port here is in Tyne, not in the Firth of Forth, but oh well, we can fabricate a claim. We don't have to wait for that claim to fabricate, because you can't start fabricating a claim while you're at war, but you can continue to fabricate a claim while you're at war. So just another quick look here at Scotland. They still only allied with Sweden, so I think we will be okay. So let us go ahead and throw those cannons in. We also want to grab a leader here. He's not a fantastic leader, but he is a leader. I don't even think they have one. Can't quite get our military tech yet. How far away are we from the next military tech? January, over a year away, so I'm not waiting for that. So let's group these guys up. We've got double the numbers here. Let us... we will need a spare diplomat, so let's go and recover you from Portugal. There's no reason you stay in there. So as soon as we get this guy back, and I'm just going to go and slow it down to speed 2, just while we start the war. We're also going to grab the heavies here. And they can go round and sit in the Firth of Forth. First of all, that will make give us a bit of a blockade. It'll make sieging a little bit faster. And if Sweden do decide to turn up with any of their ships, we will deal with them in that respect. So let's go ahead and declare our war here. So they will bring Sweden in. Now, we do have good relations with them, which is my own fault, because I was actually sucking up to them. And that will... give us some war exhaustion straight off the bat. Maybe we can actually go in and send an insult. So let's go and do that first. So we'll send an insult towards Scotland. We'll have a look at the relations now. Yeah, relations now aren't so good. So if we were to go in now and declare war, we have to wait until the 24th of January. But if we were to go in and declare war now, we might find that we don't have that stability hit. So let's just, well, let's wait until the 24th of January. And then we're pretty much going to be good to go. And I could build some more buildings, but I do want to save up and try and get some more money. Want to increase our legitimacy, increase our prestige. Very hard to get prestige now. Almost 20% of the way through fabricating that claim. So if we were to go ahead and declare war now, we would no longer get that stability hit. That is absolutely fine. But given the fact that this video is 20 minutes long, I'm not about to start a war and then end it there. So I'm going to end the video, and then when we come back, we will be declaring war against Scotland. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying EU4, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.